Oh, greetings, fellow travelers. You're hearing Leprophiliac from Spain. This is a newish band from Dopey, from Machetazo. He always does good music. And I'm going to review It's Loose by Warner Lee. So I looked up Warner Lee. Got a burp. Ugh. As far as I can tell, he only wrote 3 books. He was born in 1941 in Ridgewood, New Jersey. And his real name is Brinton Warner Batten, which is a cool name. I wonder why he just didn't use Brinton Batten. But Warner Lee's a cool name. Warner Lee actually sounds like what's the lady that wrote To Kill a Mockingbird? Sarah Lee? No, it's not. I know her name is not Sarah Lee. But Harper Lee, right? Yeah. Warner Lee's, he only wrote 3 books. I can't remember the third one. Looks cool though. But he wrote another book called Into the Pit. And I remember this from Fangoria, the book reviews. And it's like a person's feet, like calves, or like almost knees down to the feet. And there's in a shower and there's a drain and like I think a hand is coming out. It always stuck with me. And it's called Into the Pit. I can't remember the third one though. So I bought this just because of the cover. And you know what they say, don't judge a book by its cover, but I was like, plus I love the font of It's Loose. Just the vague monster. I was like, it's a monster. It's got to be a monster in the book. So each spring there are weeks when Ice Island, Michigan is completely cut off from the mainland. Usually it is a peaceful, lonely time, but this year the evil has come. One by one, it possesses the islanders, bringing their secret, guilty fears to life, driving them to frenzied sprees of murder and mutilation. Ancient, ravenous, it feasts on death and terror, rising from the broken body of its host, only to strike again. For the panic-stricken residents of Ice Island, there is nowhere to run, and no way to know who will fall prey to the madness next. Only one man understands the source of the terrible carnage. For years, aging ex-cop Stephen Kesseline has followed the evil's grisly path across America. Now within the ravaged confines of Ice Island, he must use his one chance to destroy it in a final, soul-shrieking battle. And Stephen Kesseline is not the main character. The main character seems to be the one like law officer of Ice Island, Don Faraday. I remembered his name. And it just starts out like there's a guy in his house. He's having dinner. He's like a kind of like a recluse, like a lonely guy, and he hears something talking to him, and it's loose. It's the evil, and it'll like worm its way into you and then take over you and make you go on a killing spree, and then it feeds off like the energy that's released during at the time of death. You know, when it kills them, it sucks. It doesn't say it's like sucks their souls, but like I guess whatever energy is there besides the soul, I don't know. It just feeds off death, and then whoever it inhabits, it seems it can't just leave. It has to be the person it's possessing has to die, and then it can be released. And it looks like a monster. They describe it like it's got hooves. It's bipedal, a hooved bipedal being, furry, kind of like a bear, but with an iguana face. So however you see that, which is, I guess that's a fine description. So it goes to this island where it's confined because there's like a ice break, I think they call it, where it's just too dangerous to go across there's like I think you could drive. I don't know. There's a ferry. Like yeah, there's a ferry. There's no bridge. But then, oh yeah, the ice gets hard enough to where they could drive, but then it starts to melt, so it's just too dangerous. So nobody can leave for like a month or so. So everybody's trapped here. And so the evil has arrived, and then the Kesseline ex-cop old man arrives, and he's after it. And right away it infects. Well, actually, I thought this was cool. Like, there's one character you never know who's like. It's weird in books. You never know who's going to be a main character. Sometimes. And so it's trying to get into this old man, and he's able to resist, which I thought was cool. And I thought he was going to be a main character, but he's not. But so you can. It's not just like a overpowering force. If you're strong-willed enough, you can like. It won't get into you. But if you're kind of a squirrely kind of person, weak, dumb, I guess, it'll get into you, and it just feeds off your base like violent emotions, and you'll just start killing. And it does. It gets into people, and they just start killing. And I like it is graphic, not overly, but it doesn't describe like. Well, not always. It does describe some kills when they do happen, but usually just reading the aftermath, and I kind of don't like that. But in this, it was fine because they're pretty graphically described, but not too obscene or just. It's not just to like make you sick and disgusted. It's just part of the story, which I liked. There are a lot of characters which I don't like, but the main character is Don Faraday. And Kesseline, I guess his Don Faraday, his wife and daughter are like main characters, I guess, since there's family. His secretary, but there's a lot of people on here. Some people they get like a couple of pages, and then they get killed, or some characters get like a few pages, and then they get dispatched. I thought, okay, they're gonna be. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna be something, but they're not. This is 312 pages. Towards the end, I thought it started to just like we're not going. I felt this isn't going anywhere. It's kind of repeating itself. And people are disappearing, and Don, he's not. I don't think he's doing anything. Like, I was like, dude, like, it's like this one guy's wife just disappears, and I was like, his. At this point, something's up, but you're not like doing anything to the husband. He did something. But overall, I did enjoy it. Ending is it's okay. It's not great, but it's not. It just doesn't like. It just doesn't end like without resolve. Everything gets resolved. There are a few little funny parts that actually made me laugh a little bit. Warner Lee, he's a good writer. He's good at getting into people's head, like Layman, but just different. Like, he's good at getting in the character's head. They kind of go off on like weird tangents and weird things they think about, but I think that's how people are, though. And you don't know what someone's thinking. So in a book, the writer is God, so people can do whatever they want, as long as it's not too like stupid or crazy or just even bizarre is fine, I guess. But he's really good at that, and all the characters are distinct. But yeah, there's just a lot of them. So when I read a book, I try to cast actors. I think it's kind of hard it should be easy for me though, but so but he does describe what they look like the hair color, or he says, oh yeah, like Don Faraday's wife, he says she looks like Susan St. James, and so I looked her up, and she's an actress like in the 70s and 80s, just kind of just average looking. So I was like, does Warner Lee, did he think she was hot? But yeah, it is. It's a horror novel. Fortunately, I haven't read any there was a period where I was reading so many books from leisure horror that I was in the book club, and I was like, this is not horror. I don't know. There are books I reviewed them. I can't remember, but I was like, I don't know what this is. Like I've read books that make no sense where I read it and I was like, I have no idea what happened. Thankfully, It's Loose is not like that. The only thing I looked it up, like copies like $15 plus shipping, like $20. Is it worth it? No, I don't think it's worth $20 unless you're just like a rabid paperback horror novel collector, and like you look at it and you, I want that. Yeah, get it. I want to hold on to mine. I don't think. I'd rather give it away than sell it. That's stupid. I don't know if I'd ever read it again, but it was good. I'd like to read his 2 other books. I can't remember that other one. And I wish, I was like, man, he only wrote 3 books. He should have, I don't know, maybe he had other names he went under. But he's a good writer, and I'll give it a 3.5. Because it's better, it's a little better than average, better than average. It's not great. Oh yeah, and it's like I really like the body jumping story, like Fallen, Hidden, Shocker. I do like that genre of stories where there's like a malevolent force that can take over people. There should be more. There should be more. I like them all. So, or if you like that kind of story, then yeah, it might be worth it to you. But It's Loose. Another one down in my library. I'm reading a Conan book now, so I'll do another review soon. But yeah, It's Loose.